Hey everybody, Ray Schneider here, call sign Shino. What's going on? We just finished the Salty Sailor talk this evening, and the topic of discussion was, what is a skill you learned in the military and currently use? And then we asked, how do you use it in your life today? And we had a bunch of conversations about all of these skills that we've learned in the military, and I just want to highlight some of it with you. So we talked about professionalism, how we communicate with people, how we utilize it in writing. We talked about BAMSIS. Do you remember that one? And really, it's setting standards. And how do we use initiative in our daily lives? We talked about leadership traits. Do you remember JJ did tie buckle? We talked about respect, responsibility, and mental maturation. So what is that? Mental maturity, really? And it's how we overcame stress, especially like in the military. You have to remember, a lot of us were younger kids back then in our early 20s, and now we're adults. And utilizing that mental maturation, in today's life of experiencing all of these things from the past and utilizing it in our lives today as older adults, right? We also talked about adaptability, having a positive mental attitude, right? And some of us that, deal with high stress situations and everything, so having that positive mental attitude and just sharing that smile all the time makes things just a little bit better. But also utilizing those breathing techniques that we talked in previous sessions on the Salty Sailor talk. Someone brought up a good point about the dash. We all have served, right? The time you started to the time that you end, and you have this dash in the middle. That dash, no matter what, is the time in service that you have provided the United States military. And you have your unique experience. That is valuable and important to your life. We also talked about the difference between being selfish and being self-full. And it's really, we give a lot of our lives up to a lot of weird and different things, right? But a lot of times we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. And it's definitely something that we learn in the military, of being independent and being resilient. So we should be resilient as a civilian, taking care of ourselves. So if you haven't registered with the VA and don't have a rating, you should probably do that. And then some of the bad things that we discussed, and we kind of highlighted it afterwards, after the talk with a bunch of other guys. We talked about the black and white thinking, right? So even though we're trying to be positive with everything that we have to also realize and recognize that there is bad things from the military that we bring to the civilian world. And it's that black and white thinking. It's either my way or the highway. And we're not being open-minded about, other options and everything, different perspectives. And, sometimes it's just beating a rock until you smash that thing all the way down. And that doesn't work everywhere you go. And we need to practice that mental maturation, being mature about things, and utilizing everything that we have. You could definitely use that military concept of understanding the resources that you have and maximizing everything. And sometimes it's not being that I don't want to say that word, but that jerk of a leader who is, it's either my way or the highway. And he may not be the best person for that job, but definitely utilizing all the resources and the experience that we have in the civilian world to help us with our daily lives or with the jobs or work that we do. We also talked about, see that right there? No. It's you see that right there. The chip on your shoulder, right? It doesn't matter how many deployments you've been on, how many awards, how many Purple Hearts you have, how many Combat Vs, how many Valor Awards you have. It doesn't mean anything when you're in the civilian world. And a lot of us hold that on our shoulders, that chip on our shoulders, thinking that we're better than everybody and everything like that. Hey, I am not going to take away the experience and everything that you did in the military, but we can't hang it over our shoulder thinking that we're better than everybody, because we're not. We're just an average Joe now. We're a civilian. What we can do is utilize our experience to help develop and make things better with the knowledge and experience that we have. We can't be like, it's my way or the highway. That's not the world we live in anymore. One of the biggest things that we've talked about, and it's definitely something I want to share with everybody, is attitude is everything. One of the really great things that leaving the military has given us is that attitude. That attitude to succeed, to thrive, and to do things to a high standard. And one of the last things that I wanted to talk about is believe in yourself. Just like your team leader, your squad leader, your flight chief, or whoever was in charge of you, your non-commissioned officers, your officers, they believed in you. So believe in yourself. Wherever you are in the world today, stay safe, stay in the fight. Salty Sailor Talk every Saturday, 1700 Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you there.